All right, guys. So just have a chance to enjoy the last class of this particular series and hopefully bringing everything in together that we've been working on so far. And just take a rest anytime that you need it. But I'm going to be putting in those little pauses that I quite enjoy. Just I really find if we've done a movement, if we've done a release, it's so nice to be able to stop and really kind of notice the ripple effect on the body as well, as opposed to kind of like rushing into the next movement as well. Okay. So we're going to start lying on our backs today, but we're going to be in a slightly different position from what we normally do. And instead of having the butterfly position with our knees, today we're going to have the feet wide apart, so almost at the outer edges, and then let your knees drop together. So it's almost like a house of cards. And as your knees connect, you should be able to relax into it completely. You shouldn't have to be working here to hold your legs in position. And then maybe just do a little bit of a shifting of your pelvis, maybe scoop the flesh of your bum out so that you feel as relaxed as possible in your lower back. And bring your hands out to the side slightly, palms of your hands facing up. Find a little bit of length along the back of your neck. Make any adjustments that you need around the shoulders. And then close your eyes and just start to connect into your breath and into your body here. So you have a choice to breathe in and out through the nose, or you're more than welcome to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, which is a little bit more of the Pilates style of breath. But wherever you are, see if you can start to lengthen and extend your exhale. And that focus on the exhale serves a couple of purposes. And one of them is to allow the areas of tension or the areas that you're holding on to soften and relax a little bit. And the other thing that happens with a lengthened exhale is that we connect into the parasympathetic nervous system. And that allows us to rest, digest, and sleep. It's the space of calm. And staying here for just a few more moments. Take a little bit of a scan over your body. Noticing how you're feeling this morning. Noticing the different points of contact of your body to the ground. And noticing the underside of your body, how the earth is actually supporting you. Noticing the front or the top side of your body and how you have this beautiful opening and the softness and this ability to release. Relax between your eyebrows, soften your jaw. And taking one more deep breath in through your nose. Hold your breath at the top. And then long exhale through your mouth this time. And allowing your eyes to blink open. Keeping your legs as they are. Just letting your arms float all the way up above you. Bringing the palms of your hands to touch, your elbows are straight. Sliding your left hand up towards the ceiling so your left shoulder lifts, and then relax and slide your right fingertips up. Right shoulder lifts. And then keep sliding the palms of your hands across each other And because your elbows are staying straight, that movement has to come from the shoulders, the ribs, and a rotation of the thoracic spine. Keep this rolling action and notice how your lungs pour into one side and then pour into the other side. So you can imagine that your one lung is almost a little bit heavier. Connect your movement into your breath. Taking one last one. Come back to the center, placing your hands, and then slowly walk your feet closer towards each other and allow your knees to separate. Let your hands separate slightly. Take your left arm overhead, breathing in, and exhale to bring it back up again. Take your right arm overhead, inhale, reach back. And exhale, bring your arm forward. Keep alternating sides, just one arm at a time. And notice how there's a gentle lift of the ribs when you do that. And as your arm goes back and there's that little lift of the ribs, notice that there's almost a little bit of an arch into the lower back that happens. And you're not forcing it, it's just a natural movement. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, arm comes up, softening the lower back. One more time, right arm, inhale. And exhale, reach up. Now keep your arms where they are and just slide your left leg forward and hold it there. Now take the left arm overhead again. Breathe in. And breathe out. Taking the left arm overhead. So it's same arm, same leg. And exhale. Now, as you take your arm overhead, point your foot away. Feel that arch in the lower back. And exhale, lift your arm and flex your foot. And as you push into the heel, can you feel your lower back does almost a little imprint? Inhale, point your foot away, arm reaches overhead, and exhale, lift your arm and flex your foot. Two more. Breathing in. So this is a very sneaky release for the hip flexor and the diaphragm, both of which connect into the lumbar spine. One more time, breathing in. Reach back. Exhale, flex your foot, lift your arms, stay here, and then slide that left foot in and extend the right foot all the way out. Start off just with your arm. Inhale, reach back. And exhale, bringing it up. Good, keep it going. I've just got to move back a little bit to give myself space. Inhale, reach back. And exhale. Now, point your toes away as you reach the arm overhead. Inhale. Exhale, flex your foot and lift your arm. Feel that little imprint of your spine. Inhale, reach back, point your toes. Feel that gentle arch of the lower back. Exhale. Flex your foot, digging into the heel gently. And again, breathing in. And you don't have to make it a huge movement, especially if you feel that it's pulling a little bit into your back. Maybe your hip flexors are tight. Maybe your diaphragm is tight. So modify as you need to. And taking just one more time, breathe in. Reach the arm. Point your foot, exhale, lift your arm, flex your foot, stay here, and then bend your knees. Have your knees and feet slightly separated and interlace your fingers. Hands go underneath your head for support. Give a little bit of a wiggle of your spine to create some space, and your elbows are floating. Nod your chin. Exhale, slide your ribs through. Inhale, floating back. Exhale, slide your ribs forward. Inhale and release back. Taking 3 more, and hopefully this is feeling like quite a light movement, not a heavy constricted movement, as we have already released the diaphragm, the lower back and the hip flexors a little bit. Inhale and release. Taking just one more time, breathe it out. And release, hold it, and then just stretch the elbows back, let your ribs lift, and bring your hands all the way out. Bring your right knee in towards your chest, hold it here for a moment. Hands go behind your thighs, flex your ankle, breathe out as you extend your leg up, get a little bit of a hamstring release, and then bend your knee in. 2 more. And release. 1 more time. Exhale. And release. Stay there. Draw little circles with your ankle. And then change and draw little circles the other way. And come back. Now, take the ball, place it down so you can put your foot onto the ball, and as you lie your back, massage out your right foot. Roll it around on the instep, over to the heel, outside blade of the foot, over the ball of the foot. And then you might as well leave the ball there because you're going to come back to it in a second. And bring that right knee in again. Hold on to the back of your leg, flex your foot, and we breathe out to extend. Inhale, release. 2 more times. So after that little rolling of the foot, is there a little bit of release for you around the back of the leg? 1 more time. Exhale, extend. And release. Place your foot down. You can leave the ball there, but you're not going to rest on it. Hug your left knee in. Move your hands behind your leg. Flex your foot, and let's do 3. Stretch and bend. And release. 2 more. And release. 1 more time. Head and shoulders are heavy, and release, stay here, circle your ankle. Change direction, circle the other way. And then place your left foot onto the ball. You might have to look for it a little bit, and start to roll around. So it's a little bit of release for the plantar fascia, which, as I've told you guys before, but a little reminder, it runs up the back of the leg. From the bottom of the foot to the Achilles tendon, the calf muscles, the hamstrings. So hopefully we're getting a little bit of a release here. And then you can just roll that ball a little off to the side, hug that knee in again, hands behind your leg, flex the ankle, and we go again, extend. Is there a release on the left leg? And release. 2 more. 1 more time. And release. And this time, hug both knees in towards your chest. A little bit of a rocking action from side to side. And then bringing yourself to the center. Hook your hands behind your thighs. We're going to do a slow roll up. Move your thighs away. Curl your upper body forward. Breathe out as you pour your body weight into your feet. Just shift and lightly place your head to your knees. On your breath out, roll yourself back. Pouring body weight towards your lungs. Let your feet get nice and light. You have your legs anchored into your hands and all the way back you go. And again, moving your legs away, curl upper body, breathe it out. So it's that halfway of a roll up and rolling like a ball. Curl yourself back. This is one of the best modifications for anybody that maybe has a really bad scoliosis and has a hard time rolling up or rolling like a ball, or anybody with a very unstable sacroiliac joint that you don't want to bump your lower back. Coming all the way forward, stay here for a moment, and then unravel your spine and lifting up nice and tall. Just move the ball a little bit back so it's going to be closer to your head. Separate your legs slightly. Get nice and high in your sit bones and arms are reaching forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, curl halfway back. Feeling the abdominal muscles connect here. A little bit of a loading to the lower abs. And then exhale, curl forward and lift up nice and tall. And again, exhale, draw the tail under. Curl forward and lift up tall. 2 more, breathe it out. Roll forward and lift up. 1 more time, exhale, curl back. Stay here for a moment. Take another breath in. Go down onto your back with control. Let your hands float down beside you. And again, walk your feet a little bit closer in towards your pelvis. Now, take the ball and place it behind your head. So just underneath the occipital bones. It's not really in your neck. It's at the very, very top of your neck, just where your head joins your spine. And then just rest there for a moment. And you can start to do a little bit of a nodding action. Yes, yes, yes. Feel the ball just rolling over the occipital bone. And there are quite a few ligaments there that can get tight because of our head position wanting to come forward sometimes, especially if we work on computers or on screen a lot. We have that forward head position. And then come to the center, hold it. And now maybe do a little bit of a rolling from side to side. And you might notice that one side is a little bit tighter than the other. And that just indicates that maybe you have a little bit of a rotation through your neck and your head. And we come back to the center. Now, you're going to nod your chin in very slightly to switch on the neck flexors. You're going to do a little bit of a push backwards into the ball. Gentle, gentle. And then release and relax your chin. Tuck your chin in slightly. Breathe out as you gently push back. Release and relax your chin. 2 more times. Nod your chin. Guys, it is such a minute movement. Breathe out. Press gently onto the ball. Release and relax. 1 more time. Nod your chin. Exhale, gentle push. Release and relax. And then take the ball out for a moment. Place your head onto the floor. Close your eyes. Do whatever you want to with your elbows and arms. And just notice that ripple effect. Notice the release of your head. And just for me, it almost feels like my head is floating back now, as opposed to sometimes it feels quite tense on the ground. then when you're ready, you're going to open your eyes, blink a few times. Now, this is a little bit of an awkward one to get into. I'm going to sit up so you can see. You're going to have the ball in the middle of your spine, so not over to the side, in the middle of your spine, not too low down. It's just going to be sort of around the back of the rib cage, where you can then perhaps lean backwards over, and if you need to put a cushion under your head, then you are more than welcome to put a cushion there. Have your knees bent. Get your pelvis in a position where your lower back feels good, and then just allow your arms to come out to the side again, palms facing up, and just feel the extension of your spine here. If it doesn't feel good for you, then move the ball in relation to your spine. You don't have to have it in any particular spot. Taking just one more breath in and out here. And you're going to float your arms all the way up again. Interlock your fingers. Place your hands underneath your head for support. Remember, you can put a cushion under your head if you need to. Elbows are floating, and we're going to do a chest lift here. So nod your chin. On your breath out, curl your ribs forward so you're looking between the knees, and you should have the ball in a position where you feel like you're kind of anchoring into it. Move if you need to, and then releasing all the way back again and into a little bit of extension. Nod your chin. Exhale. We're doing 4 more. So make the adjustments you need. There's absolutely no reason to torture yourself if it doesn't feel good. Release back. Last 3. Nod your chin. Long, slow exhale. Take a little breath. And releasing back. Last 2. Exhale. And release. So the ball is increasing the range of your movement. Last one. But also what it's doing is it's gripping the fascia along your spine there. So as you move, we're getting a little bit of a release, hopefully. Release all the way back. Slide your hands out. Roll onto one side so you can remove the ball and just come back into our very first starting position with your feet wide, knees dropped together, arms out with your palms up. Close your eyes. And then just stay here for a moment. How does your mid-back feel after that release along your back extensors? How does it feel after that release along the back arm line? Taking just a few more moments. Lengthen and extend your exhale, soften your jaw, soften your eyebrows. And then blinking your eyes open, you're going to bring your feet a little closer into parallel. Keep your arms as they are as we come into a pelvic curl. Breathe out, tilt pelvis back. Rolling up into your bridge position, and just be aware that you're not pushing into the lower back here. Soften through the neck. Slowly roll down, finding that release into the lumbar spine, and let your pelvis come to neutral. And again, exhale, tilt pelvis back. Come up as high as you need to find the gluteal connection. And exhale, roll down. Last 2. Exhale, tilt back. Stay with your breath. Roll down. Last one. Stay here for a moment. Take the little massage ball, place it just under your pelvis, and as you roll down, get the sacrum resting on the ball and hold it there. Just let your hands come out, find your balance, and then do a little bit of a rolling from side to side, rolling across your sacrum. And this is one of the areas where we have a lot of connective tissue. It takes a lot of workload throughout the day. Come back to the center. Just pause here for a moment. Take another breath. Exhale, tilt your pelvis. Roll up again into your bridge position. Take the ball out. Rest it beside you. And then roll down through your spine. Release at the bottom and settle there. And again, feel free to close your eyes or to soften your gaze. It's that little pause, that moment to just integrate and to feel. And on your next breath, blink your eyes open, taking your hands onto your pelvic bones, bringing your right knee up to tabletop. Turn your knee out to cross your ankle over the left knee. Hold it here, and on your breath, connect your core and see if you can pick up your left leg. Little stretch into the gluteal, and then release the knee down. And again, exhale, lift up. And release down. Last 3. And release. Last 2. And release. Last 1. Lift up. And release down. Uncross that right knee and placing that right foot down. Stay here for a moment. Picking up your left knee, turn that knee out, ankle crosses over the other side, core connection, breathe out as that leg comes up. Stretching into that left gluteal and releasing it down. Breathing it out. And lower. 3 more. And lower. 2 more. And really, half the trick here is to make sure that your lower abs stay engaged so that there's no pulling into the lower back as you lift and lower the leg. 1 more. And release. Uncross that left leg and placing your foot down. Now, taking the ball, I want you to lift your pelvis up a little bit and put the ball under your right bum, just under the right side. You might have to move around a little bit so that you feel that you've got it in the right place. And then put your hands on the floor to help you balance. Guys, you've got to use your arms, you've got to use your legs, and you have to use the obliques. Start to roll side to side so you are releasing that gluteus maximus. If you can get a little bit more pressure with your pelvis onto the ball, you can get a little bit deeper into the gluteals, into that piriformis muscle. And now figure out the best spot for you. Where is the best trigger point? And then stay there. So I'm in a fair rotation. My little trigger point is a little bit more towards the side of my hip. So I've got it there and I'm just resting and I am breathing into it. And then what gives me an extra release is I've got the ball on the right side. I let my right knee go up and down slightly from side to side. And again, what that does is it grips the fascia with the ball, and then I move the muscle underneath it. Make sure that your lower back is not taking any strain. Use your arms as much as you need. And when you're ready, bringing your pelvis back to the center, lift up to take the ball out, and then settle down for a moment. Maybe just close your eyes, lengthen out your spine, and again, just take the opportunity to feel now the difference between the two sides. Is this an area that you feel is getting a lovely ripple effect from the release? And now move the ball over to the other side. You can lift your pelvis. It's going to go under your left bum or the other bum cheek now, if you happen to do the other side. Find the position and then just start to roll from side to side. And you can move it as you need to. So a little bit of gluteus maximus, piriformis. And don't forget that the gluteus maximus, the fibers run on a diagonal. They're not up and down. So that's why the side-to-side movement is quite a lovely release for gluteus maximus. And then find the place that feels like a lovely spot for you to be able to get some results. And you can just stay there, or you can add a movement of the left leg out and up. You can make it big, you can make it small. And then just bring yourself to the center, lift up, slide the ball out. You can leave it to the side for a moment, settle there. You can have your palms down or up. Find a little bit of length through your spine. And then once again, blink your eyes open, place your hands onto the shelf of your pelvis. Bring your right knee up, turn your knee out across your ankle over the left knee, core connection, and we go again. Lifting your leg. And a little release. 3 more. So now as you come into the gluteal stretch for the second time, is there a difference? Is there a shift now that we rolled out the gluteals with the ball? I'm definitely noticing that I'm not getting that tensioning as much. I'm not having as much of a pull. And release. Uncross that right leg, placing foot down. Left leg comes up, cross ankle over. And let's try this side. Notice if there's any difference for you. Last one. Release, uncross, and this time hug both knees up into your chest, chin in, curve your spine into that tight little ball shape so you get that stretch across your lower back between the shoulder blades, and then releasing all the way back down. You're going to keep your feet lifted. Bring your knees just a little bit away from you. Interlock your fingers. Hands go underneath your head, and we're going to go into a little bit of abdominal work here. So float your elbows. exhale as you curl head and shoulders forward and pause. Extend the right leg forward. Switch, extend the left leg. So keep it going. Sometimes the slower that you go, it forces the control of the movement and it makes it more challenging. You've removed momentum. Flatten the abdominal wall. Focus on keeping your feet in the same plane. One more. Bend both knees. Reach up, hug your knees in, and lower head and shoulders all the way down. Just pause for a moment. Turn your head to one side. Bring your head to the other side. Come back to the center. Bring your shins to tabletop. Interlock hands. Behind your head they go. And now listen, we're going to do an add-on here. Hover your elbows. Curl head and shoulders forward and pause. Stretch your left leg away and give me a little rotation with the ribs to the left. Switch legs and rotate towards the right. You are rotating towards the bent knee, keeping your elbows open so that it is the obliques muscles which connect to the rib cage that are pulling you across. Last two. Last one, slow and controlled. Come back to the center, reach up, hug your knees, and lower head and shoulders down. Turn your head to one side. So we're going to do one more little add-on here, guys. It's a little bit of coordination, but I'll talk you through it. Come back to the center and hold. So it's the same leg movement. Bring your knees away. Interlock fingers, hands behind head, elbows are floating up. Curl head and shoulders forward and pause here. Extend your right leg away and rotate to the left. Rotate to the right. Rotate to the left one more time and stay here. Start rolling onto the left side. Balance. Roll onto your back again. You still have your left knee bent. And now rotate to the right. Rotate to the left. Rotate to the right. Stop. Roll onto your right side. Support yourself with your right shin and your right elbow. Balance. Roll onto your back. You still have your right knee bent. And now we rotate. Let's move. And again, rotate. Over to the left and roll to the side. Balance. Roll onto your back. Left knee is bent. And we rotate. Rotate. One more time, rotate and roll to the side. Balance. And onto your back. Rotate. Rotate. Rotate to the left, roll onto that side. Stay here and stretch your underneath arm out and placing your right hand up towards the sky. Draw little circles with your right leg in the air. 5. 4, keep that hip open at the front. 3, obliques connected underneath you. 2, 1, suspend and change direction. And 5, 4. So we're connecting all of these lateral lines of the body. 2, 1, hold it. Placing right hand behind your head. Placing left hand behind your head, press up, roll onto your back, your left knee is bent, and we rotate for 3, 2, 1. Roll to the right side and pause. Stretching your right arm out, bring your body down. Reaching left arm up towards the sky, and now you circle your left leg that's in the air. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Bend your left elbow at the top. Pick up your right elbow so you're pressing your spine up. Roll onto your back for the last 2 crisscross. Bend both knees, hug them in, and relaxing all the way down. Nicely done, guys. A little bit of coordination needed there. Rock your knees a little bit from side to side. And then hook your hands just behind your thighs. 1 slow roll up. Move your thighs away. Curling head and shoulders. Pour your body weight to your feet. It's gentle, no jarring. All the way forward you come. Forehead to knee. Take a breath in. And then exhale and unravel. Sit up nice and tall. Pivot so that you're sitting in a mermaid position. I want your right shin at the front and your left shin to the side. And let's do a little bit of our lateral movements here. Opening up into the side body. We're just going to take one more time so that you can place your right hand over to the floor. Long stretch. And then just come all the way up so both elbows are straight and you still have your right hand on the floor. Reach back, open up that front arm, and exhale, bringing hands towards each other. And again, inhale. So we've done a fair amount of mobility work around the thoracic spine. So it might feel quite open and easy right now. Last one, breathing in. Exhale, bring it around and put both hands onto the floor. Separate your hands a little bit. Square your shoulders towards your wrists. Settle for a moment. Let your pelvis, your legs, your head move as they need to. Let's add some extension and flexion. So lift your heart, lift your eye line. And then curl back so you almost push with your hands a little bit as you curl back. And again, it's an inhale, lift. And exhale, curl back. Inhale. Gentle extension. Getting that beautiful spiraling of the body. One more time. Breathing in. And exhale, curl back. Come back just to the center. Bring your right hand to the middle of the mat. Pick up your left arm and take a little bit of a peek underneath. And then exhale as you come all the way up. Unfold your left leg out to the side. Unfold your right leg out to the side. Help yourself if you need to. Put your hands behind your back so that you can sit up nice and tall. And ideally, I want you to get a little bit of an opening into those inner thighs here. So lengthen up through your spine, flex the ankles gently, close your eyes, and just breathe into it. Just feel the weight of your sit bones. Noticing on your own body if you're a little bit tighter on the one side or the other, or maybe you feel that your hip is wanting to lift on one side more than the other. Take another breath in. Exhale, opening your eyes, releasing your legs, bending your left leg in front now and right leg out towards the side. A little bit of movement. Opening up through the side ribs, the intercostals, lungs, diaphragm. Last two. On this last one, placing left hand onto the floor, long stretch over, and then straighten your arms. Make sure that you're anchoring into that bottom hand. Look up and open backwards. Breathing out as you bring your hand all the way around. And again, inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. One more time. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, all the way around. Placing both hands down. Separate your hands slightly, get your shoulders squared, and let everything else adjust as it needs to. Inhale to extend, lifting through your heart and your gaze. And exhale as you curl back. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, curl back. And remember, with all of these movements, that we want to let our breathing guide us. So we're never forcing ourselves into a range that is going to cause any strain or pain. We might want to challenge our comfort zone a little bit, that's fine, but your breathing will allow that. Last one, inhale. Exhale, curl back. Come just to the center and pause. Bring your left hand to the middle of the mat. Right arm comes overhead. Take a little peek. And exhale, all the way up you come. Help yourself as you stretch. Right leg out, left leg out. Once again, coming into that little straddle sit. So use your hands to support you, and this is the same position we had before. You can stay here if it feels nice to have that support. But if it's available to you, you could maybe bring your hands out in front. If you're super duper flexible, you might even be able to walk your hands forward. You might be able to bend your elbows to bring yourself down. Again, once you find the stretch that feels really good for you, I just want you to stay there and breathe. Let your eyes close. And with each breath out, see if you can extend the exhale slightly. And use that exhale to just surrender into it. Just sink a little bit deeper. Taking one more breath in and out. Start to walk your hands all the way back upright. Taking your hands behind your knees, bring your legs together and turning onto all fours. So setting yourself up, wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. Tuck your feet under. Let's do a little bit of toe stretch so that you press your body weight back and release forward. So you are getting a little stretch around the plantar fascia, but also around the knuckles of the toes. Last two. Last one. Release, hold it, and then just letting your feet relax all the way back. Stretching right leg out, keeping your pelvis level, walking your left fingertips forward, pick up your arm and leg, and just holding it here. Finding balance. So oftentimes we focus on the hand and the leg that are lifted, so that's perfect. Feel those connections. But now bring your awareness to the hand and the leg that are connected to the floor. That is your foundation. Just let them root you. Take another breath. And then bring hand and knee all the way back in. Extending left leg back. Stay here. Walking right fingertips forward. Lifting arm and leg. And holding it here. See if you can keep your shoulders and your pelvis square. Noticing the hand and foot in the air. Finding those slings. And then notice the hand and the leg that are rooting you. Take another breath. And then exhale, release, and bringing them all the way in. Spread your fingers out. Tuck your toes under, and let's come into a hovering of the knees. Exhale, lifting your knees just up. Finding that weight loading into all the major joints of the body. Remember that your head is part of your spine. It's so tempting to drop your head. Chin into voice box and energy through your crown. Taking one more inhale. And on your next breath, lower the knees all the way down. Release your feet back. Let's take a moment to settle back into a resting position. So knees nice and wide. Lower your head down. Bringing your hands together in a prayer position. And then bend your elbows behind your head so you get a little bit of a release into the back of the arms for a moment here. So just enjoy that stretch for a second. Taking one more breath in. Stretching your arms out. Draw yourself up onto all fours, spreading fingers out. You're going to extend one leg backwards now. So we're coming into a little bit of a plank position. Hold it there. Stretch the other leg back, finding your alignment. And again, feeling the workload through all the joints of your body. Energy through your crown still, energy through your heels. This time, lower your knees to the floor, release your feet back, bend your elbows slowly as you bring yourself flat to the ground without collapsing and releasing all the way down. Stay as you are. Inhale to come up into a little baby cobra. And exhale to release back down. Inhale, lifting to baby cobra. And exhale to release down. Now this time as you lift your chest, can you bring your arms up? Inhale as you hover your hands, so your hands come with you. And exhale, release. Find those mid-back muscles. Inhale. Think of that little squeeze with the elbows behind you. And release. And now this time, how about adding the leg lift? We inhale to float chest, hands, and legs. And release. One more time. Inhale, float up. And exhale, release. Stay here. Tuck your toes. Push up onto your knees. Lift your knees up and you should be back in your plank position. Take another breath. Exhale. Now hinge your hips up. Walk your feet a little bit forward and then just pedal through the heels so that you're coming into a little bit of a downward facing dog. Send both heels towards the floor. And then crouch down and walk your feet all the way forward and into a little crouched position. Make sure that your knees feel okay. Roll around on the knuckles of the toes. Change direction and go the other way. Move your hands behind you and sit down. Bring your feet a little bit forward here. So we're going to be going into our reverse tabletop. We did this earlier in our series. So bring your hands behind you with your fingers pointing out. Separate your feet and knees. pushing out of the arms. So some people are really tight and might already feel a stretch at the shoulders. So just take it as far as you can. On your breath, lifting your pelvis, and then continue bringing your pelvis up as high as your body allows. Stay for a moment, let your head go where it needs to, and then exhale, lower all the way back down. Make any adjustments that you need. We're going to add the abdominals here. Exhale, press up. Take a breath in, and then exhale, down you come. Lift your toes, round your spine, and press your pelvis back between your hands. Bend your knees, pull forward, toes down, hips up. Exhale, round your spine, lift your toes, abdominals working. 2 more, inhale, lift up. So this is a replicant of the tendon stretch on the reformer. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, curl back. Lower your hips all the way down and just give your hands a little bit of a shake. Give your knees and feet a little bit of a shake. So I want you to bend your knees, hands behind your thighs. Ease yourself all the way back, just as we started our class today. Take your feet nice and wide. Let your knees collapse together. Bring your hands a little bit out to the side with your palms up. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Settle. Find some quiet. Allow your eyes to close. And just allowing yourself to breathe. And just in the last few moments of our class, this is our opportunity to integrate and to bring together all the movements, the releases, the stretches, the breathing. Notice the connections of the back of your body to the ground and feel that support underneath you. Notice the softness and the release and the expansion of the front of your body up towards the clouds. Taking one full deep inhale through your nose. Hold your breath for a moment. Long exhale through your mouth. Blinking your eyes open. Just walking your feet a little closer together. Rolling onto one side. It doesn't matter which side. Just taking your time as you make your way up into a seated position. Fabulous, guys. Hope your body's